So long with sleeping in late and waking up groggy in the mornings. We are an Ummah that have been blessed in our mornings, for the sun rays peeking through the clouds are a gift from Allah Ta'ala to us. It's time we get a hold of our mornings to get our days right. Waking up, the first of the things to do for me is to make bed immediately. It helps you start your day on the right foot. As studied in millions of researches today, it increases productivity, lowers stress levels, improves mood. But for me, it's the first simple task of the day that when we check it off the list, immediately we feel a sense of accomplishment, ready for the next task at hand. Making bed simply looks better and feels better. One more reason why I make bed personally is to ward off the urge to lay down again. Once we've woken up, we often crave in to doze off just a little bit more after Fajr before heading to work, but making bed makes a huge difference. Try it yourself. Our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, has said, "During your sleep, Shaitan ties 3 knots at the back of head of each one of you, and he seals each knot with the following words: the night is long, so keep on sleeping. When that person wakes up and remembers Allah, 1 knot is undone. When he makes ablution, the 2nd knot is undone. When he prays, all his knots are undone, and he gets up in the morning active and in good spirits. Otherwise, he gets up in bad spirits and sluggish." So, the first of the things to do in the morning is actually praying, remembering Allah and making dua to Him. It is actually the most needed act for us for the day. The Prophet, peace be upon him, has said, reported by Aisha radiallahu anha, the 2 rakat before the dawn prayer, Fajr, are actually better than this world and all that it contains. By praying Fajr, we reorient the sole purpose of our lives, remembering that it is Allah we seek. Waking up, we live for Him in obedience and in servitude to Him. And again, it triggers a sense of accomplishment, hope and energy in us. Our day is meaningful right just in the beginning, and this is everything we'll ever need. So even if we don't get much work done that day or have a hard time getting some tasks done, we have already accomplished our prayer, already winners, attained the true success. After Fajr is the need for long dua and chat with Allah. It truly changes the perspective of our day and wakes us up. Giving time to ourselves by making duas we want to make, big or small, makes a difference. Doing dhikr of Allah Ta'ala, tasbih, istighfar, and sending salawat upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa ashabihi wa sallim are just the kickstarts we need to begin our day with. One of the many good things to bring in our daily duas is the need to memorize the prayers of Prophet, peace be upon him. The daily prayers he used to make, we need to incorporate them into our lives. Rameen and I have recently started this new habit. She has written Sayyidul Istighfar, kept on the side table, and every morning and evening we recite it, repeat it, so that we memorize it. Just so simple yet so much rewarding. I am sharing here some everyday needed duas to recite on daily basis. You can screenshot them through the video, and I hope we all learn to grow in this. Next up, after dua time, it's my time to drink lots and lots of water. I believe, and I've heard it somewhere too, drinking water right in the morning is actually beneficial. For me, it's just to catch a breath, revive, feel refreshed for Quran time. There should be no compromise reciting Quran at Fajr time. Allah Ta'ala Himself says, "Inna Quran al-Fajri kana mashhuda." Indeed, the recitation of dawn is ever witnessed. It's a means of blessing and a blessed time full of barakah. We have to take advantage of the early hours to recite the Quran, and it helps us build focus. As Muslims, it is a must for us to develop our companionship with the Quran. We are lost otherwise. While the recitation of Quran, it should be kept in mind that quality exceeds quantity. Although we should keep both things first class, but reciting small but understanding it, learning it by heart, and truly absorbing the message of Allah in our beings is our ultimate goal and motivation for recitation. Reciting small but trying to learn the Quran and then taking a step to memorizing, it is the key. And I know most of us Pakistanis believe that either we memorize the whole Quran or nothing at all. We forget the whole point. Quran is not all or none business. So let each morning be a new day to get closer to the message Allah Ta'ala has sent to us. Here I wanted to share a very nice and quick way to share with you all on how to learn and memorize the Quran and actually review it. So this is the app called Islam 360. Here, as you can see, I am going to recite Surah Shuara. So what I do is that I open the Quran app on the phone on the Islam 360 and I open the ayah that I'm trying to recite. The best thing about this is that when I'm going to recite the Quran, I'm going to look at this app as well. I'm going to look at the translations. If I do well in English, I'll check English or Urdu or Roman Urdu as well. And if I'm having any confusion, I can check the tafsir as well. The best part about it is the word by word verse, and this feature is actually so important and so useful for all the people who are trying to memorize the meaning of the Quran as well as trying to do hifz. For example, I'm reciting this ayah. I'll open it up in the app and I'll check the word by word translation. In this way, I'll learn the meanings of the Quran, words, I'll learn vocabulary, I'll review my hifz, and as well as I'll recite the Quran. If I am having any problem, I check the tafsir. In one manner, I can learn so many things about the Quran, and this practice is actually so useful for learning the meaning, the translation, and memorizing all things in the same time. After your Quran time, it's time to plan your day, do something fun, yet something creative, and that is making planners. I'll be honest with you here, I'm not a daily planner person, but I do tend to plan my weekly days. But it's really important to actually plan your days as a whole. And the best way to do is through block scheduling. And I think I've shared it in my previous video, I think in my study video, that how can you actually do block scheduling. I would highly recommend here for all of you to watch Habits to Win Here and Hereafter. This is a series by Maheen Institute, and it actually helps you to increase your productivity and just, motivates you to the highest level. So that's a really good thing, and I would ask you all to watch it. Other than that, it's really cool to do some planning and stuff, because planning helps you manage your time. It actually helps you to improve your productivity, and planning actually means less stress, and it will free up more time for fun and creative endeavors. So here's our planning all done, and we are ready to go. If it's a holiday morning or even a working one, I believe that physical activities are so much important, and we need to have some healthy time in open space. It may be a bike run, a workout, or just a walk outside. Keeping healthy and exercising is not just important for our body, but our soul as well. We need to take time out because this is necessary. We have to work on our mind, body, and soul. After the successful morning run, I like to give myself a little writing time in the morning. If it's possible, I encourage everyone to take out some time. It's more of a reflection time where I try to write all that I've learned, some feelings and thoughts. It can be seen through the Instagram posts on my feed. I also tend to reread the writings. They are an inspiration and motivation to me, especially waking up in the morning and directing myself to the places I yearn to visit. Medina. All the serenity there and the beautiful vibes and the memories to which I've connected myself to. Reminding ourselves of what inspires us every day just drives in a cheerful energy inside that we so direly need. Here I'm sharing the pages of Instagram that I follow, and they are so close to my heart. Every single page that I follow, especially the institutes that inspire me the most. Qalam, Yaqeen, and Bayina. Taking a look at their posts every day in the morning just inspires me to work hard, to work better, to succeed and keep on going. So yes, do check them out. Next up for the morning, of course, it's time for breakfast. I'm personally not a fan of fancy breakfasts and stick to the most easiest meals on the go. It can be a glass of milk or milkshake. For now, it's just a cereal bowl. At breakfast, if I'm alone, I try to utilize my time by listening to a podcast, a new episode of Sira series, or any other good inspiring talk. Here is Imam Umar Suleiman's The First series and my favorite lecture about Khadija radiallahu anha. Next up, of course, in the morning, all the morning chores begin. It may be all the work you have to do, you have to clean up the house or do something, or maybe go to work. And if you're free or if it's a holiday, it may be reading a book. Now that the morning is just done and work has just begun, here I am learning some Arabic from Bayina Institute. This is an institute set up by Ustad Duman Ali Khan, and it is specifically for Quranic and Arabic studies. I am so glad and so honored to be a part of this and to be able to learn Arabic directly from him. It's approachable and it's on YouTube, so you guys can watch it as well. Being able to accomplish all these successful habits already sets you up as a winner for the rest of the day. Day becomes easy, more productive, more functional, and more happy. Day is truly set up right, and morning sunshine becomes truly blissful. May Allah Ta'ala grant us more barakah in our mornings and in our days. May we all become true, successful barakah attainers of the mornings. See you next week. Ma'as salama.